story is about a man named Peter, played by me. He is sitting on a bench. He's a publishing executive, and he is approached by a man named Jerry, played by Han. And Jerry kind of tells him the story of his life and takes him on this ride.
Part of it is very bright and colorful and not realistic at all. And then there's this other aspect of it where, like, with the colors, we've been playing a lot with having sort of like dark and, you know, monochrome as opposed to, and an outlandish shape as opposed to pretty normal shapes but in very abnormal colors. Sort of playing with like the duality of like what is normal.
What we want to do is set it up like something that could be kind of like the story. It could just be, it's like any park. This could just be an everyday interaction. And as we go on, as the story kind of unfolds and we see the paths that things sort of take, the lighting will slowly transform to reflect that.
More like typical, a little bit older styles for Peter, like a little bit older, but still, you know, like fitting in that world. And then Jerry is, you know, in this sort of counterculture mode. So I feel like to an extent he's the one that sort of like pushes that aspect of the story forward.
Sound kind of like the lights, hoping to keep it a little bit more on the naturalistic side to begin with, as if we're dealing with something every day. But again, we can also, there's also ways to use sound to create this this isolation, this containment.
Peter is a family man. He is a publishing executive, and he is very conventional. He's very polite, he's very held together, and he really likes things in order. And those are the values that he gravitates towards. Jerry is the complete opposite. Very unconventional person. He's quite a storyteller, quite a huge person. He's lived most of his life alone, at least for the past 10 years, and he has isolated himself through his own social discomforts and incapabilities. Peter to Jerry is a hope. He's a bouncing pad for all these ideas, because he does realize that Peter can be affected, unlike a lot of people. With Peter, he sees he's got those social formalities all over him, physically, mentally, emotionally. But he has a seed of truth within him that Jerry gravitates towards. Jerry to Peter is a threat. He is the scariest thing in the world. He's the most interesting thing in the world. He's a provocateur. He is this kind of beacon of honesty and truth, and something that smashes the wall of conformity.
Rarely do I read a script and look at it, or read a story and look at it afterward and think, what was that? That was, I don't even know how to describe it, but that's what makes it so compelling. It's going to be a story that you're not going to forget.
One of the main things I look for in doing theater and seeing theater is just the entertainment of it. I mean, you can go to a show and feel like you want to slit your wrists, but also you can go to a show and you feel like you're at a rock show and just have fun and laugh and get angry or frustrated or cry. And I really think that this play brings all those things encompassing together. Puts on one hell of a ride. Yeah, I just called him up and I was like, Tom. Are you recording?
Yes.
Great.
That was a terrible joke. I apologize to everyone.
Tell me a little bit about the story.